This is where Steve Harvey interviewed a convicted killer. In a Family Feud episode, Steve Harvey asks a question.
What's the biggest mistake you made at your wedding?
And receives quite an odd response.
Honey, I love you, but said I do.
What the audience doesn't know is that this statement reveals something much darker than just a tasteless joke. A worried father is trying to get a hold of his daughter after she fails to pick her kids up from school. When no one hears back from her, he decides to go to her house. The house is quiet, and when she doesn't answer the door, he enters on his own. Inside the house, he finds his beloved daughter, lifeless, shot 14 times. A horrible discovery that will haunt him for the rest of his life. Only 2 years prior to her death, the daughter had separated from her husband, not too long after a certain game show episode had aired.
Not my mistake. I love my wife.
Shortly after the separation, they found themselves in the middle of an ugly custody battle, with neither parties getting along. During the divorce proceedings, it's been reported the husband's behavior grew more and more erratic, with the woman asking the court for an emergency restraining order, saying she needed protection from abuse and harassment. And around the same time, the husband's Google searches started getting very disturbing.
How to open my door with a crowbar. How to make a homemade pistol silencer. Can you wash off gunpowder residue? What is the average Quincy Police Department response time?
As time went on, the woman expressed her fear to her family and friends, with one text saying,
"If anything ever happens to me, please make sure that the number one person of interest is Tim, as that is who would do something to me. I'm putting this in writing, that I'm fearful he will somehow harm me, come after me, or will try to do something to me that takes me away from the kids, or the kids away from me. He already has lied multiple times to paint himself as a victim, and me as the perpetrator, when it is absolutely the other way around. No, I have not sent this to mom or dad, as I don't want them to be out of their mind with worry."
Despite her own worries, there was absolutely no way to predict the tragedy that would unfold. On February 23, 2023, Rebecca Bleefnick became another victim of domestic violence. A horrible crime carried out by the man who once vowed to love and protect her. The same man who stood on national television just 3 years earlier, smiling together with Steve Harvey, saying,
I love my wife.
Despite claiming his innocence, Timothy Bleefnick was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of his wife, Rebecca Bleefnick. This horrible crime serves as a chilling reminder that danger can hide in plain sight, even behind the most ordinary faces. If you or someone you know is experiencing domestic violence, please know that help is available.